Donald Trump has been constantly bashed by the media. The Republican frontrunner is up by almost 300 delegates over Senator Ted Cruz. The magic number that he needs is 1237 for the nomination. The California primary election is coming up June 7th, which is almost a month from now, and that'll be a turning point in winning the nomination. Now, I asked around Cal State Fullerton students what they thought about the front-runner Republican candidate. Donald Trump, now complete the sentence for me. Donald Trump is blank.
A madman.
Extremely.
What are his views? Extremely racist?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think. I don't really follow along with it too much, so I don't know all of his views.
Oh, I mean, like I said, he's funny. To me, he's kind of a joke.
I don't like anything of the things that Donald Trump says or does, and I don't think he should be somebody to lead our country.
He's leading the poll so far.
He's leading. Yeah, I don't love the guy. I don't like the guy, but I like that he's shaking everything up. You know, he's
Yeah, he definitely keeps things interesting.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Causing a ruckus. He's making a lot of people feel uncomfortable inside politics, and I like that about him.
His views on immigration.
It's just stuff about like building the wall between Mexico and the United States border and stuff like that. Because I'm like a Hispanic American as well, and I just
Does that offend you?
kind of a little bit. It kind of like turns me away from his views, so I kind of just don't want to listen to him and stuff like that.
You're not a fan of the wall.
No, I'm not a fan of the wall.
And do you think like that would solve our illegal immigration problem, but people just coming in over here and taking advantage of our systems, please?
I feel like regardless, stuff is still gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna help anything. I think that it's maybe just gonna cause problems. And if it were to be a solution, then possibly.
Wouldn't you say a lot of these illegal immigrants do come from Mexico?
Yeah, I do. But, I mean, that's just what he is specifying.
You think this is a problem?
What?
The illegal immigration?
I definitely do think it's a problem, but, I mean, it's kind of, there's two sides to it. So it is a problem, but I don't think the way that he handles it is the way that it should be handled.
How is he handling it?
By speaking about them that way and saying that they're ruining our country and basically just wanting to kick everybody out. That's not a legal immigrant. I mean, that's not a legal citizen.
Now, is there anything else against Donald Trump that you don't like?
He's very rude sometimes to just the things he says. Like, I would
What
never.
are the things he's saying?
Like, what he called like dirty Americans or Mexicans or something like that, and he talks about Muslims and how they're terrorists. And I just feel like it's not okay to put ethnicity in one category because not all Muslims are terrorists, not all Mexicans are dirty.
Did Trump say all Muslims are terrorists?
Well, he said I remember he made a comment about Muslims and being on an airplane and I'm going to get bombed, and I don't think that's okay.
So do you think terrorism is a problem in America?
It definitely is a problem, but I don't think it's okay to categorize people in one certain category and say, okay, well, if this person did this, then their whole ethnicity is like that, because I don't believe Muslims are terrorists. I believe that they
Well,
have...
Muslims are religion, not an ethnicity. Anybody else that he said that was racist?
Middle Easterns.
And what do you say about Middle Easterns?
I mean, he talks about like Muslims in general, but he kind of generalizes it to all Middle Easterns, which, you know, isn't the case. And even if they are all Muslims, that doesn't mean that just because there are certain Muslims who have done a lot of damage to our country, that's all Muslims, and we shouldn't have any Muslims in our country, and so on.
Why would he say that about the Muslims?
Probably because of all the terrorist attacks.
And do you think terrorism is a problem here in America?
Yes, I don't think that it's just Muslims, though.
He speaks the truth.
And what is the truth?
The truth is that Donald J. Trump has a lot of good ideas and he's going to implement them, and he's a very strong candidate.
Can you tell me some of these good, strong ideas that Mr. Trump is implicating?
Well, I can tell you what he's not implicating, and that's socialism.
Could you tell our viewers more about socialism?
Yeah, basically everything's going to be free, and people who are lazy can get anything for free, and that's not what Donald J. Trump stands for. He stands for some people that are strong.
As you can see, not too many students are fond at the idea of having Donald Trump as our next president. Come July, after the two national conventions for the two big parties are held, we'll get to see who will be representing in the general election. One thing's for certain, though, with Donald Trump being in the mix and in the buzz of things, voter turnout is at an all-time high, and it should be an interesting story coming into November when we'll get our newly elected president for 2016. From the front of the school, I'm John Carasillo, reporting for OC News.